Welcome viewers once again on Healthy Wrinkles channel, the channel which is devoted for healthcare of senior citizens, and also the channel will be very relevant for the caregivers and the family members of senior citizens. Today I am glad to have Dr. Samir Rathi on our program. I'm going to quickly introduce Dr. Rathi before I jump into the questions. So Dr. Samir Rathi is a consultant and leader at Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital in accident and emergency care, which is a very difficult subject. And he handles multiple types of, he and his colleagues, they handle multiple types of emergencies and accidents on a day-to-day basis. He's professionally qualified and trained for that. While he is graduated from Pune University, he has also completed in Masters in Emergency Medicine from George Washington University, Washington, DC, USA. So welcome Dr. Samir Rathi for this program.
Thank you.
So Doctor, being an expert of emergency care, my first question to you is, what are the kind of situations or the challenges with which the senior citizens or elderly persons are brought to emergency care?
So most likely, most common complaints with which the senior citizens present. So either it is chest pain or it is a paralytic attack. These are some severe complaints. Generally, they may have some uneasiness, falls at home because of age. Sometimes they are unable to balance themselves while walking, or they slip down in bathroom. So falls are one more common. And then constipation. If we speak about some minor things, then constipation, abdominal pains, all these vague things do also come. But more of our concern is about the critical things, because the heart attack, they may have different types of symptoms. They may not have classical chest pain. They may just come with some weird symptoms. And if they are diabetic, they may not even have chest pain at all. So there might be some uneasiness, some mild sweating, or they may complain of, they just have some, like on walking, they get tired easily. So a person who was used to walk in garden daily for 1 or 2 kilometers continuously, now he says he walks for a few meters and he gets tired. All these kind of complaints they may have.
Okay, so broadly, doctor, you are saying 3 types of complaints. One is that, of course, the stroke, which is paralytic related, cardiovascular, which is which could be related to the heart attack in that space, and the third one is the falls, which are also
these are most common things.
Common things, yeah.
So apart from that, if they have old history of asthma or COPD, then breathlessness will be there. With seasonal flu-like symptoms, currently corona is going on, so all these they are very high likely to get affected with all the infective respiratory infections, urinary tract infection, all these things.
Right. So the propensity of they falling sick with some of the infections is probably higher side with chest and urinary tract are the two which are pointing it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So doctor, my next question is that in relation to this, from a family member perspective or a caregiver perspective, who is taking care on a daily basis that senior citizen in the house, what kind of symptoms, signs, situations that caregiver should be concerned about or should keep eye for, so that at the right point of time the medical assistance can be sought?
Yeah, so it is very important for caregivers to understand what are the serious complaints and what are the minor complaints. So what happens with elderly, usually they will be having some of the complaints chronically. Okay, acidity is one kind of, like, they repeatedly have. But many a times what happens, this acidity may not be simple acidity and it can be a heart attack. Okay. So whenever you see the complaint, whenever an elderly says about some complaint which is slightly different from the routine chronic complaints, it needs to be medically evaluated. So what we have seen is many a times we feel, suppose it's like someone, father is chronically having some kind of pain. Father again tells him, no, today I am not feeling well. And things may get ignored. It may not be intentional, unintentionally, then it is chronically going on. This can be a problem, especially with diabetic patients. So diabetic patient as it is, they don't have pain. So they can they may present with some vague complaint, tiredness. Tiredness should be looked on by the caretakers very seriously. So a person who was very well till yesterday and suddenly today morning he starts saying he's feeling too tired, and it needs to be evaluated. Okay. So this is heart related. Breathlessness should be taken very serious. Any patient, we have seen one more common thing is ghabrahat. So if suppose any of parents says, "Hey, I'm getting ghabrat like feeling," then it has to be a significant thing. You cannot just ignore that, because that symptom he only understands that feeling. Stroke, the problem with stroke is, as we know, paralytic attack, there are two types of stroke. Either it is a hemorrhagic, which we called brain hemorrhage, and second is ischemic, in which the blood vessel which is supplying brain, it gets choked up. The problem with the choked up ischemic stroke is there's a treatment window of only 4.5 hours in which a clot buster injection can be given. Many a times what happens at home, patient suppose develops this, and initially patient may recover out of that. So left hand weakness was there, which has recovered over some time, and again he develops. So what family members think, okay, this may occur, it might be with age something is going wrong, but it is not like that. It can be a major stroke, and then he can land up in full-fledged paralysis. So all these weaknesses, tirednesses, all this should be seen with very serious component. So few things we should always look at. Thing is, if there is some new complaint, you see suddenly your patient is behaving like too drowsy or is looking unwell as compared to previous days. So normal routine, because when we see a person daily, you can easily understand there is some difference. So if at all the day you feel that gut feeling is there, there's some kind of different feeling, better it should be medically evaluated, because there are lots of, so as I told you, these all patients, elderly patients, they can develop urinary tract infection or respiratory infection, and then they can land up into septic shock. So even severe sepsis, severe infections, they can cause drowsiness. So it may not be related with brain, but because of infection spreading inside body, they will land up into sepsis.
Right, right. Okay, okay. And Doctor, my last question is, fall. I mean, many times we don't take it that seriously. Bathroom mein koi gir gaya or whatever. But in case of, I think elderly, it can assume significant different dimensions. So how you
Yeah.
look at the fall cases from an emergency setup, and what is generally the approach that you follow?
So the best way I'll tell you, whenever suppose usually elderlies get fall due to slip over the floor, or while walking on the road they get tumbled over some obstacle. Okay, so if it is an extremity injury, okay, most common what happens at home when they fall in bathroom or a wet floor, they get hip fractures. Okay, so obviously patient won't be able to move, or he may able to move, but there will be significant pain and deformity. So it is very easy for to understand a extremity fracture. So it might be lower extremity or upper extremity. Obviously, you can see some deformity, severe pain. My main concern occurs very rarely. What happens in hip fracture? There can be impaction of the bone. So because these bones are very porous bones, okay, they are not like normal young individuals hard bone, because calcium is low. They have osteoporosis. So one part of bone will get impacted inside another, and he may not get that severe pain. So if it is there is an injury, it's always recommended that get an X-ray done and rule out whether there is fracture, because of some pain threshold also in elderly. So if they are diabetic, there will be neuropathies. They may not get that severe pain. And hip fractures, if it is impacted, so then they may be able to move. They may even be able to walk also with minimal pain. But always get an X-ray. Main concern occurs when there is a head injury. So patient might be conscious. He may come walking to the department, but if at all there is a history of head injury, especially if they are on blood thinners, so they have some bypass done, some angioplasty done, or past history of stroke, they might be on ecosprin, clopidogrel, or some kind of blood thinners. So in these patients, what happens? There can be slow bleeding inside the brain. Okay, we as you grow older, the brain shrunks. Okay, and the skull remains intact. So there is a significant space in between brain and skull. Whereas in young age, there is no space, very minimal. So even a little amount of bleeding can give symptoms of a head injury, like vomiting, altered sensorium, all those things, and you can recognize it early. But in elderly, what happens? The brain, that bleeding will keep on occurring. There is enough space so that compression over brain will take significant time. It may take 24 to 48 hours certain time. And you may not realize. So it is always, it makes a sense that any patient, elderly person who had a history of fall at home, even if they are conscious oriented, but there is an head injury, better to go to hospital, evaluate, and get a CT scan done. 99% of the time, getting a CT scan done will be helpful, because then we'll recognize this bleed early rather than late.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, doctor, two specific situations you talked about apart from fractures of the extremities, I think hip related complications, and
Yeah.
second, I think the skull and the brain related complication if there is a
Yeah.
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 That's, doctor, quite helpful, and I'm sure that our viewers will find this information very relevant and very appropriate if they are managing any senior citizen or any elderly person at their home. So, doctor, thanks for being over here on the channel and giving some insights to the viewers about managing emergencies in elderly care, doctor. So thanks once again, doctor.
Yeah.